Kavalhuna, president of Henry Ford College. As part of our community holiday series, we're proud to celebrate National Hispanic Heritage Month from September 15th to October 15th. Our guest presenter this month is Sara Gonzalez from our International Students Office here at HFC. The celebration of Hispanic Heritage Month honors the histories, cultures, and contributions of more than 60 million American citizens and immigrants to our country. To be Hispanic means your ancestors came from parts of Spain, Mexico, the Caribbean, Central America, and South America. And this includes me. My father was born in Brazil, and he immigrated to the United States with his family when he was just a child. National Hispanic Heritage Month began in 1968 and was expanded in 1988 to a full month. September 15 was the chosen date to begin the month because it is the anniversary of independence for Costa Rica, El Salvador, Guatemala, Honduras, and Nicaragua. Mexico and Chile celebrate their independence days near the same time. The Hispanic presence in the United States began in the 1840s. If you want to learn more about this history, including the legacy of colonialism, you can read my earlier writings about it in the links below. The United States has greatly benefited from diverse expressions of Hispanic heritage, including art, music, language, food, culture, religion, and much more. Many communities and organizations host festivals, concerts, and other gatherings during this month. I encourage you to find events and activities that will help you learn more about these rich traditions. Hispanic faculty, staff, and students are an important part of the Henry Ford College community and a centerpiece of the diversity we enjoy in Southeast Michigan. Thank you for being part of our community. And happy Hispanic Heritage Month.
Hola, ¿qué tal? My name is Sara Gonzalez. I work at the International Student Services Office at Henry Ford College. I was invited to make this video as we celebrate the Hispanic Heritage Month. A little bit about myself. I was born, raised, and educated in Monterrey, a big industrial city surrounded by beautiful mountains in the northeast part of Mexico. I moved to Michigan 23 years ago and enrolled at HFC as a student. Later, I was invited and I accepted the position of International Student Advisor. Working with international students is a very enriching experience, but mostly because I can relate to them, as I know that feeling of coming to a new country, learning new things, sometimes not being able to communicate as one would like to. So understanding these feelings makes it easier for me to help and service our students. When my husband and I started a family, we made it a priority to keep our Mexican, our Hispanic heritage alive. And just as we instill in our children the love for the United States, we did the same with the love for Mexico. The most important thing was to make sure that they would be bilingual, and we made it a rule to speak only Spanish at home, and we were successful. Our kids are fully bilingual. And other things, to keep these things alive is just simple things as cooking. My cooking is simple recipes from my mom, but with that Mexican touch or Mexican flavor, I would say. We also celebrate some things, for instance, the Day of the Three Kings in January, where we have a special bread, and we also drink Mexican hot chocolate, which tastes a little bit different from the American hot cocoa. Other thing that we do is on birthdays, we sing a special song called Las Mañanitas, where we serenade and wake up the birthday person with this special song. One holiday that is soon approaching is Mexico's Independence Day, celebrated on September 16. And if you were in Mexico these days, you would see the country all decorated with green, white, and red flags or colors, which are the national colors. Now, some of you might ask, what about Cinco de Mayo? Well, I'm sorry to disappoint you, but Cinco de Mayo, although a holiday, is not the biggest holiday in Mexico. However, if you celebrate it here, I want to thank you because, well, besides being a good excuse to party, you are celebrating somebody else's culture and you want to be part of it. And that is the beauty of the United States. We are a melting pot of different nationalities, different cultures that blend and get together and participate together. Well, I have had the opportunity to travel and live in different countries. And as I was learning about those countries, I always made it also, I took every opportunity to talk about myself or talk about my culture. You know, it has been interesting when you hear comments about stereotypes or images that people have about Hispanic people. And that is because that is what we learn through the TV shows and movies. So I think I'm responsible to show the other side of the coin and show what my culture is. A good Danish friend told me once that I was like an ambassador from Mexico, you know, showing all about Mexico. Well, there are 20 countries where Spanish is spoken around the world, and although we share the same language and part of the history, each country has their own identity, their own clothing that we don't wear every day, but you know, in special occasions, their own food, their own folklore, their own music, their own food. And that is the beauty. I invite you to learn a little bit about these countries around the world where Spanish is spoken. And as a proud Mexican, I invite you to celebrate the Hispanic Heritage Month with us. Thank you so much for listening. Muchas gracias.